everybody, it's Sadie. This is a crazy time right now. I have never experienced anything like that. But in the times that life gets crazy, the most important thing is to go to the Word. So I was reading the book of Daniel. The book of Daniel is a crazy book. But it turns out that the book of Daniel is full of people who God interrupted their lives. I would say God is interrupting all of our lives right now. So I went and I looked at what were the responses from the book of Daniel. How did those people respond when life got crazy or when their life was interrupted? So the first people I looked at were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. First off, their lives were interrupted for 40 years. The Lord allowed Babylon to capture the Israelites. They took them back to their hometown of Babylon, where they would remain as captives for 40 years. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were three of those people. Well, one, that is crazy. I can't imagine being disrupted or moved from my home for 40 years. But then later, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were about to be thrown into a fiery furnace. That is even crazier. That would be horrible. I hate the heat. But anyway, so how did they respond? If I were about to be thrown into a fiery furnace for trying to serve my God, I would respond in fear, anger, anxiety, panic. And those are exactly the things that we're seeing people respond to today. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had a completely different response. In Daniel 3:17 it says, "If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the furnace of blazing fire, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But even if he does not, let it be known to you, O king, that we are not going to serve your gods or worship the golden image you have set up." Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew that their God was bigger than all of this. Their God could save them. He could take them back to Israel. But he wouldn't for a really long time. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew that their God was good. No matter what it felt like, their God was good and would always be with them. And we can hold on to that in this time. God is always good and he is always with us. And in this time of disruption, God can speak into our lives in a crazy way and use us to speak into other people's lives. In the next chapter, we learn about King Nebuchadnezzar. God disrupted his life by sending him to live as a cow or a beast in a field for a really long time. That would be crazy. But at the end of that, Nebuchadnezzar's heart was changed. This is what he says. "But at the end of that period, I, Nebuchadnezzar, raised my eyes towards heaven, and my reason returned to me. I blessed the Most High and praised and honored him who lives forever." Nebuchadnezzar took the posture of surrender and worship, and that is the most important posture we can take. We have a God who is good and a God who is in control. All we need to do is surrender to him. So through worship, like what Maisie and Marley posted earlier, or anything else, let's take this time and just serve God, worship him, remember who he is in all of this. Anyway, I hope this was an encouragement to some of you. Bye, guys.